Richmond's top defense attorney says she's running into roadblocks accessing clients at the city jail. It's a problem not only affecting lawyers, but family members of inmates. She shares the voices of those impacted with our Tyler Lane, and Tyler tells us how the sheriff is responding.
More than 4 years after COVID-19 prompted public restrictions here at the Richmond City Justice Center, some attorneys say the jail is still operating under pandemic-era conditions. That means that those incarcerated here have limited access to their families and their lawyers.
But this has been a consistent problem at the jail.
Tracy Painter is Richmond's chief public defender. Her office legally represents people accused of crimes who don't have a lot of money.
Simply put, we only represent people who are too poor to afford an attorney on their own.
But her attorneys are having issues accessing their clients at the city jail. For starters, they can only meet with inmates through a plexiglass divider.
The first thing I do for every client is introduce myself and shake their hand. It's a sign of respect. I can't do that with my clients.
Painter says COVID restrictions were put in place in 2020, which they understood at the time. But now in 2024, access has still not expanded. She says out of the jail's 14 professional visitation rooms, only 4 to 5 are operational at a time. They don't offer in-person contact, and the phones meant for communicating don't work. Due to the limited resources, she says attorneys are spending more than an hour on average just waiting to speak to the clients.
We have multiple people to see almost every time we go to the jail. This kind of time is just taking away from our ability to represent our clients.
Painter says that ability diminishes further since her staff face literal barriers showing inmates documents and digital evidence in their cases.
I have to be able to review these videos with my client so that they can understand and appreciate the strength or lack of evidence that the Commonwealth may have so that we can prepare to go to trial. Doing that through a plexiglass window is really difficult.
And it's not just professional visits. The jail also suspended free public visitation in 2020, restricting inmates from keeping contact with family, which Painter says is necessary to improve outcomes for those incarcerated.
The fact that the only video access clients' families have is through GTL that they pay for, astronomical prices, precludes them from being able to use it. We've already discussed my clients are the poorest of the poor.
Painter says she brought these concerns to Sheriff Antoinette Irving back in March, but saw little to no improvements. So in June, she sent this letter calling for a return to pre-pandemic visitation practices, staff support, shorter wait times, repairs to equipment, and a reopening of the lobby to the public.
That letter was sent more as a last resort.
I'm Tyler Lane, CBS 6 News.
In response, the sheriff's office says its visitation is in line with procedures and safety of inmates and staff. They say attorneys have full access to clients, and there have been no recent concerns brought to their attention.